Semuliki National Park is one of those beautiful games that are not given a lot of attention. Yet amidst the beautiful tree species that we have here, the number of primate species that we have here, some that are even endangered to this national park. When you talk about the landscapes are immensely beautiful, but the park has not been given attention as that it deserves. So today we explore the beautiful games that are in this national park. However, one of the commonest highlights of this destination has been the Sempaya Hot Springs. This is a starter destination. Almost everyone who has thought about exploring Uganda, every tourist has thought about traveling around Uganda. This has been one of the commonest attractions that they've been to. However, they've not even gone to other places or known what is really happening in this place. But we take you through the Sempaya Hot Springs and basically the male hot springs, because these hot springs are very gender sensitive. There is the female and also the male hot spring, and there is a very beautiful cultural story behind these hot springs that you need. I mean, it's the geographical formations that we have, the volcanicity, the fault lines, faulting. There are also a cultural story that is very beautiful that you need to listen. This is the GM Tourism Express with Irene Allen Namisang, and we take you through Semuliki Valley National Park.
So welcome to the male hot springs. We are aware that the Sempaya hot springs exists into male and female. It is gender sensitive, and at this location is the site for the male hot springs. And now what's interesting that male hot springs is in a pool like Crater Lake where water constantly boils. And I can assure you it is the hottest environment around the hot springs. The highest temperature ever recorded here went up to 106 degrees Celsius. These temperatures vary, 106 degrees Celsius. And that is very, very hot. And that's why you see here, we realize that the female hot springs will allow people to, freely boil food. It's easier for people to interact more at the other side. Here you can't boil the food because accessing the spring water means that you walk on this small layer. I can assure you don't get deceived that that layer you are seeing is very strong. It forms as the water comes from the ground with a lot of minerals and continues cooling down, forming that layer. So that means that it is deceptive. If you walk on it and your weight is, you are heavy, that small layer breaks because it is just mere calcium phosphate. So it will break down and then you will end up getting burnt. So always when you're near hot springs, take a lot of caution. Two, there's a lot of algae. You see shades of different colors, green, brown, yellow, and the like. That is very slippery. Always avoid stepping there because you slide and you get burnt. So at the male hot springs, we only enjoy viewing, taking photographs, but we do not boil food here. But then you see that white stuff? What do you think it could be? This is salt trying to accumulate. Real salt, because the water from the hot springs is highly mineralized, and one of the minerals there is sodium chloride. That is the real typical salt. And once you pick it, you test it. We do this at the female hot springs where we are able to access it. For Ugandans who have not been here, this site for the male hot springs. The hot springs are gender sensitive, they're both female and male. But where we are is the male hot springs. The reasons why, the stories here are legendary, that we have one clan called the Bamaga. The Bamaga are close to Bamaga campsite. It's the only community that is near the park here in Sempaya. And these guys believe that this site is for the ancestors. How did it come? There was a lady and a group of females who had gone collecting firewood in the neighborhood. Now, when they were collecting firewood, they reported a person they saw, a male, who was moving in a zigzag form in the forest. They couldn't know why. And then what they did, they went and they reported home and said, we have found a person who we could not identify. Now, when their men came, their husbands, indeed they found a guy who they couldn't identify in the forest and is moving in a funny way. So they talked to him and he took him home. They gave him accommodation, gave him food, and he stayed with them. They got to learn that this man was a hunter, and then he continued with his hunting spree all the time. Unfortunately, in one day, this guy never returned back home. They waited and waited, they couldn't find this man, couldn't come back. So what happened? People decided to go for a search. And when the Bamaga moved around and searched the area, they couldn't find the guy. They moved again a second day, moved. What happened that in this area here, they found his spear. And they found some of the rags, the clothes he used to put on. And they went and informed the wife and said, we found the remains parts of the husband, the clothes, and then the spear he uses for hunting. And then those guys felt this should be the place where this man has disappeared from. And because there was an associated feature here, they said this is a male hot spring where the male disappeared from. Now, in the same vein, as they looked for this man, of course the wife was also involved. And before they named this, they looked around when the lady was still looking for the husband. The husband couldn't be seen at that time. And then, unfortunately, we don't know what happened at the time. The lady also, they found her remains, parts of her bodies, and the piece of the stick, and her clothes on the other side alone. So when these guys sat, they said, maybe our ancestors have taken these guys. And therefore, where the lady has disappeared from, they named it a female hot spring, and where the man disappeared from, they named it a male hot spring.